And now we return to Orks Discuss. Today Zork Gorkson is giving his brain a break and is off killing bug boys. Today's discussion shall be between Smart Boy Finky Pants and his protege, Smart Boy Septimus.
Hey Septimus, what you doing in the library? I thought you was working for Scribble Boss Kill'em Snickspear now.
Oh, I am. I just gave Snickspear the final version of Love's Labour's Snicked, and the play's gone into production, so I'll have a bit more time before he wants me back to work on the next manuscript.
So what are you doing now?
Well, I read so much Hysteria, I thought I'd familiarize myself with some orc history. And some of these stories are, well, pretty funny.
What do you mean funny?
Well, like, Tuska Demon Killer.
What's so funny about him? He was dead killy.
Well, he fought a ferocious demon once that nearly killed him. And then after defeating that demon, he took his entire war into the Eye of Terror and was never seen again.
Well, it makes sense to me.
Well, you don't think that's a bit mad? I mean, you're a Thousand Spore. You know you can't truly kill demons. They're immaterial things. Flying into the Eye of Terror to fight an unbeatable foe, it just doomed his war. He can't win.
Well, some say he found eternal war in the Eye of Terror, and that sounds like a pretty good deal to me.
Well, what about this one? Warlord Grizguts tried to launch a war into the Morlock system, but because of time distortion in the warp, he emerged before he actually left. So once he realized what happened, Warlord Grizguts turned his war right around and launched an invasion of his own planet with the intent of killing his past self because he wanted a second copy of his favorite gun. His war never got off the ground.
So, what about that?
You don't think that's a bit mad?
Maybe a little, but it ain't nearly as mad as some of the weird stuff Yumis do.
Mad? You think Humies have done madder stuff than killing ourselves in the past so we can steal our own stuff?
What about Dancing Mania?
Dancing Mania? What are you talking about?
Dancing Mania! Well, there was a time in Yumi history when people just started dancing for no reason.
Dancing?
Yeah, there was a time for about 300 years, from a little after the Black Plague, to the time when Yumis had more Daka in their armies than Choppy or Pokey. And so, during that time, Yumis, sometimes thousands of them, would just start dancing. A lot of them would dance until they collapse from exhaustion, or they'd have heart attacks, or they'd just young and die.
You're making this up.
Right under Mook, I am not. Look, it's right here in this book.
Let me see it. So Humies just started dancing. Apparently they thought it was a curse from Saint Vitus. He was a young boy who was killed because he followed a different god from the Roman war boss at the time. So, people just danced?
Yup, they danced, and they usually made their way to a shrine of Saint Vitus or Saint John the Baptist before they collapsed in a weird sort of, they called it ecstasy, whatever that is.
And this just happened in Western and Central Europe? For 300 years, and then it just stopped?
Yep.
Why?
I don't know. Yumis are weird.
Well, that's just one example. I can find more weird stuff that orcs did.
But what about when Yumis got weird about the old Voxcast, War of the Worlds? They thought they was being invaded by Martians, even though the Yumis making the Voxcast says that this weren't real and it was a story. Ain't nothing even living on Mars at the time.
Well, I would say that was based on a fear of alien invasion, which we now know was a very rational fear.
What about seeing all this weird stuff that don't exist? Loch Ness Monster, Bigfoot, Mothman, El Chupacabra, Jackalope, Jersey Devil. What about them?
Well, there are a lot of odd things that people have seen. I think I might have an idea of what might be going on. A guess, at least. A hypothesis. We know that orcs and humies are psychic beings. Even if we don't manifest psychic powers, we both have souls and our emotions impact the warp, but the war protects orcs psychically as well as psychologically.
What's the difference between psychic and psychologic?
I guess psychological is when humies get sad because of humie stuff, and psychic vulnerability is when humies get sad because of demon stuff. And I think that's the key. I think humies are vulnerable mentally and spiritually.
Weaker mind, weaker body, weaker spirit. You lot are a mess, you know that?
Well, humans have been trying for a long time to figure all that out.
I don't think it's that complicated. You just, don't be afraid, don't be a git, and then ask your god to keep your brain safe from warp gits.
You think that'll work?
Maybe. I don't think Yumis have tried to stop being gits all at the same time yet.
I'm afraid you have a point.
This has been Orks Discuss with Smart Boy Finky Pants and Smart Boy Septimus. Remember that being a humie is hard. It's very hard. But if a humie can overcome the obstacles of their circumstances, truly, humie potential is limitless. Orcs were of course made for fighting, so that's what they do. Humies were made with no clear purpose, so we can be and do anything. It is our curse and our blessing. And it is up to you to decide exactly which one it's going to be. So if you ever feel like you're being swept up in some kind of mass hysterical panic, maybe just don't start dancing. Farewell, and good luck to you, citizens of Dapirium.